left with no arms. On September 29, 1978, 15-year-old Mary Vinson was hitchhiking along Interstate 5 in California. A man in a blue van stopped and offered her a ride. She accepted. They drove for nearly 50 miles before he turned off the highway onto a remote dirt road. He attacked her inappropriately in the back of the van, then dragged her outside. He pulled a hatchet from the vehicle. Mary tried to fight back, but he overpowered her. He forced her arms out in front of her body and swung the hatchet down. The first strike severed her left forearm just below the elbow. The second strike took her right forearm. Both limbs fell to the ground. Blood sprayed from the exposed arteries in violent pulses. He picked her up and threw her over the edge of a nearby cliff. The drop was over 30 feet. He drove away, believing she would bleed out within minutes. Mary hit the bottom of the ravine and lost consciousness. When she woke, both of her arms ended in ragged stumps. Blood was still pumping out in rhythmic spurts. She knew she had less than 10 minutes before she bled to death. The pain was overwhelming, but shock kept her moving. She looked around and saw thick mud near the base of the cliff. She crawled toward it and packed the cold, wet clay into the open wounds. The mud created a seal that slowed the bleeding. It was enough to buy her time. Then she looked up. The cliff she had been thrown from loomed above her. The only way to reach the road was to climb back up, with no hands, no forearms, only stumps covered in mud and blood. She pressed her elbows into the dirt and began to pull herself upward. Every movement tore at the injuries. Every grip sent waves of agony through her body. She used her teeth to grab onto roots and rocks. It took over an hour to reach the top. When she finally made it to the roadway, a couple in a car saw her and stopped. Mary was rushed to a hospital. Surgeons stabilized her, but her arms could not be reattached. The man who attacked her was later arrested and sentenced to 14 years in prison.